Hey everybody, Danny and Tamika here, K-Fade Jiu-Jitsu. Got a request for what the first leg lock I might teach might be. And for me, the obvious answer is the just regular old Achilles lock, the ankle lock. It's one of the very first foot locks people encounter. It's legal, I think, in most white belt tournaments. So, you can actually see it. It's not the most effective move in the world for effort, but you can do very real damage with it. It's not, there's this rumor going around a long time ago that it was just a pain thing. People have proven that wrong time and time again by snapping the feet and the shin bones of people they've got a hold of. So you could apply a great deal of force with this if you know how to do it. So I'm going to show sort of the way I would show it to someone who had never seen a footlock before, and we'll go from there. So my partner's feet are on my hips, but most importantly, she doesn't have any grips. Now this is easier in no-gi because she doesn't really have anything to hang on to. She might reach for my ankles and stuff like that. This is pretty easy to get rid of. When I'm ready to go after this ankle, I'm actually going after her right leg on my left side here, not to get too confusing about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, at the same time I pull this leg up, I'm going to wipe this one away. As I do, my right foot is going to go to the outside of her left hip. So I'm going to almost kick her right in the butt cheek. But my toes are going to be right here, curling around the outside. Then as I step, you'll see what I'm doing here. So I'm here. Now when I step, this foot's going to go on top. So I've got my foot hooked around her butt. My other foot goes on top to her hip. I've circled the top of her foot here. I'm going to pull my hand all the way in. So it's almost like I'm going to guillotine the foot, but the foot doesn't have a neck, so that's not a great analogy. I'm here. I'm going to pull everything up nice and high, and I'm going to make my chest really big. Doing so, I'm going to kind of lean on her toes a little bit. Now, a lot of people will try to finish here. I think that's really hard. I'm going to turn my wrist so that bone faces up. The further down I am, the less muscle I'm going to have to deal with. The calf gets bigger as I come up here, so I can't submit people here. It's painful, it's annoying, but I've got a lot of muscle in my way. I want to get it down here on just the bone. Now I'm driving that up into the bottom of their leg, this little space here without any muscle tissue, and it's just your big old nerve. Right there. I make my chest really big, and I turn and look over my left shoulder to create kind of a torsion here. To finish, I'm going to squeeze and pull up, making my chest real big. If you do this right, it's incredibly painful. If you do it badly, it's just annoying. Here, pull. Awful. If you need to make it even more awful, you can turn and lay on that foot. Here, now when I pull, her foot's going to explode. Yeah. So I am pinching with my knees here to keep her from turning her foot side to side. If I'm lazy here, when I pull, she can turn her knee and alleviate that pressure. So I pinch, take all the slack out, lean back and pull. It hurts so much if you do it right. But the important detail a lot of people miss is this bottom foot. This is keeping everything in place. So again, we'll do one kind of at full speed here. Partner's got her foot on my hip. She doesn't have any other grips. I can't do this if she's got my wrist. I'm never going to be able to get in there. So I go here and here. Kind of a wipe. Now I've got it locked. Pull, turn that bone up on your wrist, look, and submit. Alright, so I think that's probably the first footlock I ever learned. I still use it occasionally. It works well, especially if you're going after that heel and you can't dig the heel out. You could start bothering them with that straight footlock, and then maybe they'll expose their heel to try to defend it. So that same entry works, for the heel hook, it works for toe hold, it works for a lot of the footlocks. Alright, so the number one mistake I see with this is making too much space. on that leg. That is by far the big one. So you see this a lot. People will get this part right, and then they'll fall and make a bunch of space here. I'm staying glued to that leg. Just like when I'm attacking an arm bar or a Kimura or the Americana, I need control over this limb. I think a lot of people go willy-nilly after footlocks, you know, and it gets a little chaotic. When I get a clear shot at it, I'm stepping right on it. I want this belongs to me now. Turn, finish. Don't make a lot of excess space there, if you can help it. Sometimes it's their fault. Anyway, all right. So give it a whirl. Even if you're not, the guy who plays with footlocks a lot, it's fun to take a look at. Footlocks are a huge part of the game now. We kind of have to. If you insist on competing these days, you're going to have to be pretty conversant in pretty proficient rather at those leg locks, at least defending them. So maybe next week we'll cover how to defend the straight ankle lock out of the leg weave there. All right, thanks guys. If you liked it, subscribe and do other things you would do to support a YouTube channel. Subscribe, share it, sure. Subscribe's the big one I can think of. We actually, I believe, just hit 100 subscribers, so it's very exciting for us. Thank you guys for watching. Means a lot to me. Probably means a little bit to her too. See you guys next week.